This is our brand manager, our supervisor. This is the guy we ask all the questions to. His name is Star. He overheard me talking and stopped his workday to make this phone call that he's on right here. Let me go back to the beginning. May 8th. It was a Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. China time. We always have a live stream. Here's me and Zora, and Optimus joined us this week. We're doing our live stream. We get a lot of people asking questions. We make friends. We release new products. We give away prizes. Today we were releasing the Ender 3 V3 Plus. That's the printer on the right with the hearts on the bed. The Ender 3 V3 is on the other side. The Plus is a bigger version of the V3. It was a fun live stream as usual. We usually are online for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of the same people join us all the time. So we get to know our little community. And then just at the end of that live stream, this happened. You can see the bar at the bottom. There's a minute left in our live stream. We were winding down, and Rafael sends this message. So I didn't have any time. I said, Rafael, email me. Please email me. I do want to talk to you about this. So I get his email. He sends me these pictures of the whistles that he's printing. Very useful, he says, for the rescuers, especially at night because there's no electricity, no lights. So the rescuers are thanking him for printing all of these whistles. But, as you saw in his message, he's running out of filament. Well, I have no authority to speak for Creality. I'm just a worker there. So my intention was buy a couple of rolls of filament, send them to Rafael. I know people who work at the official Creality store. Surely I can pay for stuff and ship it. Probably enough PLA to print 300, 500 whistles, 2 rolls of filament. He has a K1 Max, so hyperfilament. Make the job faster. Okay, so I go upstairs and talk to Winnie and Nancy at the Creality store. And the story would have ended there. There would be no video if that's what would have happened. But this is where Selma and Star come in. I talked to the ladies at store.creality.com to see how to buy filament and ship it. And they told me, actually, the Brazil country rep is here in the office today. He's flying back to Brazil tomorrow. He's a Chinese worker for Creality. His name is Jimmy. But he lives in Brazil. He's lived in Brazil for, I think, 8 years, he said. So I go back down to our department. I ask Selma, hey, I know this Jimmy is here somewhere. Do you think I could interrupt his meeting? Or we could interrupt his meeting? I don't know if he speaks English. Star was listening in and said, what's happening? So we explained what was happening to Star. I showed Star the email, and Rafael, the man who sent me the email in Brazil, mentioned that he could use ABS and TPU as well, because he's also printing these really cool buoys that were designed by a Brazilian website. It basically turns soda bottles, old pop bottles, into a flotation device with this print. So this brings us back to the beginning. Star on his phone, trying to find this Brazilian. Well, Star's got the authority. He can find this guy and interrupt his meeting. Now, Selma and Star have already told me basically my idea of sending 2 rolls of filament is dumb. They didn't say it like that, but you know, this is the message I got, obviously. We're talking about doing more now because Creality is involved. Somebody with authority here. So here comes Jimmy. He's left his meeting and came to see us because he's leaving tomorrow and he knows people in the flooded area. Actually, his partner, Victor, comes from that flooded area. Victor's family has lost possessions in the flood. So Jimmy right away makes a group chat for us all. We sit down and talk with him, give him our little idea, what we're at. And he says they're organized to help. They're on the ground there in Brazil. They can get things done. So Star tells him, look, we are wanting to send 12 rolls of filament to Rafael. And that's PLA, TPU, and ABS. Let's send him 12 rolls of filament. Kevin's idea of 2 was done. So Jimmy says, yeah, that's a great idea. I think we can also do 12 rolls of filament. They've got partnership here with this company, Techno Cubo. And they said, yeah, 12 rolls of filament sounds good for us too, and some parts for this man's K1 Max. So let's get him some nozzles and some consumables to make sure that it doesn't stop printing. Because what if he needs a nozzle? Like, let's get him some parts. So that was really kind of them too. Make sure that his K1 Max keeps rolling. And then Jimmy lets me know that they're also finding a way to send him another K1. So he'll have 2 fast printers able to print more things. So Rafael, in the meantime, has told me he's printing toys for kids who have been displaced now, especially kids who have special needs and they need some tactile things to play with. He showed me this picture of a part from a boat engine. There's a lot of practical things that can be printed with 3D printers in times of emergency. But I want to go back to the very beginning to the whistles. Here are the whistles that Rafael was printing. So we're so excited that we were able to be a part of this incredible effort. Emergency whistles. In a bright color, I thought was such a great idea. Rafael did that in the bright orange. So buy some filament, print some whistles, hashtag print a whistle. Do that in your social media, hashtag print a whistle. We would love it if everybody printed whistles so that you could give them to your friends, give them to your family, give everybody an emergency whistle so that everybody has a whistle in their go bag. Everybody has something handy because you don't know when a disaster could strike near you. Hashtag print a whistle. And Creality is celebrating this hashtag print a whistle by giving a discount on filament. So no matter what filament you buy, even if it's already on sale, you can get an additional $10 off of your purchase of $50 of filament for the next 3 days, May 15th, 16th, and 17th. So go get yourself some filament. Get yourself some bright orange, some bright yellow. Print a whistle. Hashtag print a whistle. Let's print some emergency whistles so everybody has this in their emergency kit. Very useful in Brazil, and it'll be very useful to you.